Welcome back to the CryptoFather channel. Today is the 4th of September. Some great news coming out for Ethereum, or more news coming out for Ethereum. Some good news for Ondo. Anybody holding Ondo should be pretty happy right now with all the announcements coming out. If you haven't heard about Ondo, there is a bit of news on Ondo and all the other stuff. So make sure to smash up the like, subscribe to the channel, hit that notification bell button so you don't miss any of the other updates for all the other videos that I post on the channel. And let's get going. We're going to look at markets, then charts, and then jump into articles on cryptocurrencies. There is a bunch of stuff every day, sometimes more than other days, but nonetheless always something interesting. Quick announcements from our sponsor, me. I've just dropped the book Crypto and Millennials, Crypto and Cashflow. I'm not sure why the two titles are two different titles. I think I may have messed up when I was uploading the book. In any case, it's up for grabs on Amazon for Kindle. It's $10.99, it's $9.99 in the US exchanges. This may be Canadian dollars. In any case, it's available. One click, 188 pages of pure crypto wisdom. Pick it up. It helps support the channel and provides you with a lot of information and insights on crypto and all the other good stuff. Markets. The crypto market sitting at $3.9 trillion. Bitcoin dominance at 56%. ETH at 13.6. I just saw an article saying that Bitcoin dominance slipped to 55%. That is clearly not the case unless some other price aggregator gives other details. CoinGecko seems to be off a little bit as compared to CoinMarketCap for some strange reason. No idea why. $124 billion in trading volume. Ondo is on the trending list with a 1% gain. Bitcoin at $112. Ethereum pushing back up to 4,500, presently at 4,400. Solana $209. Cardano back above 80 cents, or maybe it was above 80 cents. 84 cents in any case. 1.5% up on 24 hours. Litecoin at $112. Toncoin $3.19. Man, it keeps up like this. It's going to dip below $3, but it is up 0.5% on 24 hours. Aave was supposed to be pumping. It's at $327 for Aave. 3.9 cents. 3.9% up on the daily, and Monero 269. I heard rumors of Picoin getting listed on MEXC or some other exchange. No idea. Meowcoin is still in the gutter. It did pump a little bit significantly. Actually, it went from like whatever 3.8 to 4.6 all the way to 4.6. So that's nice. Good job, Meowcoin. Let's hope it continues this rally. The Bitcoin charts are looking as follows. We have had 3 consecutive green days. So that's nice. It's rebouncing of the support here at $107,000. Hopefully that sticks. It bounced off the Fibonacci support of 0.236 and broke above this support. This was the support created by the average of the last stops. And it's gunning for the 112 top, past that, and then straight for the fib support or fib resistance at 0.382. So once Bitcoin breaks above that, we should see another leg up to 117, but it needs to make that move past this $112,000 resistance. Ethereum is kind of in a free fall zone here between 1.6 and 2 fib support. So Ethereum is just going to bounce around probably. If we see it hit the all-time high at 4,800, what is it? 4,963. That was the all-time high. The new all-time high for all all-time highs, because it broke all the all-time highs from previous all-time highs. A lot of all-time highs. So I guess we're going to have to wait and see what the Ethereum is going to do, what's going to happen on Ethereum. But there's a lot of positive info, a lot of positive news coming out for Ethereum. Fat finger error dumps pump fund streamer coin 99%, then surges 10,000%. Here is what happened. Go figure. Pump and dump. Unintentional, intentional, who knows? Gainsey accidentally sold his pump fund token, accidentally wiping out its market cap by 99% before it partially rebounded. The streamer claims it was a fat finger event, though some doubt his story, including crypto security firm Arkham. He's now working with Pump Fund to fix the situation, but refuses to announce a buyback plan to avoid front runners. Yeah, no kidding. Accident. I sold my stash and cashed in on it accidentally. The result, a brutal 99% market cap wipeout from 4.6 million down to just $12,000 in seconds before bouncing back to around 2.2 million. So he cashed in nicely, made a huge sum of money on a slip up. On the bright side, the slip up did net him $168,000, though it came at the cost of nuking his own project. Seconds later, he jumped on X to post a single word, FUCK. Sure, it was an accident. Sure, it was an accident. Some news for KuCoin. KuCoin's making rounds. So KuCoin has been implemented in Thailand. I think Thailand and KuCoin and Thailand, the Thai government have released an app that I haven't seen it, but allegedly it's supposed to make life easier for tourists in Thailand, and particularly for the making of payments using cryptocurrencies. And so that is allegedly is done through KuCoin. I forget what the app name is, but that was KuCoin in Thailand. And now apparently Vietnam has tapped KuCoin and pushed to build national blockchain infrastructure. So KuCoin may be worth looking into for, you know, like local token purchase. I mean, the KuCoin token was doing pretty good. I think it has had some fundamentals. Let's see here. KuCoin token KCS, yeah, it's up 87 right now, $15. So the all-time high for this token was at $24 in 2022. Before that, it was trading at 90 cents in 2020 before the last, you know, madness, the last bull run, and $18 here. All these tokens for the exchanges, the exchange tokens that are doing well, you know, it might be worth keeping some tokens for exchanges that are following the rules and, you know, doing well. So KuCoin may be one of the exchanges right now. So the all-time high for the KuCoin token was $23. Right now it's sitting at $15, $15, something like that. So this may be a long-term play, because it seems like, you know, nations or countries, whole countries are trying to work together with KuCoin, which is a good sign, right? When you look at places like tradeogre, the last thing you'd want is holding some tradeogre tokens. If they had any, I'm not sure if they do, but if they did, you know, you'd be in hot seats right now. By the way, there is no announcements from tradeogre. I look on a daily basis. I try to find stuff on a daily basis, but there's nothing on tradeogre. The only thing we know is that there are court cases, ongoing court cases, in which tradeogre has been named as the exchange that was used by hackers to launder their stolen crypto through their wallets. So for the time being, it's locked up. In any case, so that's KuCoin. You see what Binance did. Binance, the reason why Binance pumped is because CZ bought out a whack load of his own tokens. The other exchange that may be worthy considering is No Name KYC or non-KYC. They also have their own token. NKYC trades against USDT. Right now it's $17, and the all-time high for that puppy, let's have a quick look on CoinGecko. Yeah, the non-KYC token was released, I guess, at $4.41. And it topped out at about $33, and right now we're seeing it at $17. So provided that NKYC continues to do as it has been doing, we might see, you know, the token continue rising. But it does say the smart contract owner can mint new tokens. Please proceed with caution. So I guess they could mint new tokens, which would cause the token price to drop. I'm not sure that exchanges are in the habit of printing new tokens. Usually they are in the habit of burning tokens just to, you know, embellish the value of their token, right? So, but yeah, so that's KuCoin. Crypto exchange KuCoin has signed a strategic memorandum with the Vietnam Blockchain and Digital Asset Association and won matrix to support the country's national blockchain agenda. The collaboration will focus on building secure platforms for digital asset trading, digital payments, and identity verification, aligning with Vietnam's 2025-2030 blockchain strategy. So this, like I said, this is a long-term play. You might want to throw some money at KuCoin token right now and just, you know, hold it for the next 5 years, because it could appreciate in value, and it probably will anyway. you know, given everything that's happening. If we're looking at Bitcoin going up and the market cap expanding, of course, all the tokens and all the assets that are of value, not all shitcoins are going to boom, obviously, but the things like KuCoin and quite possibly non-KYC, the exchanges, exchange tokens like Binance will probably do very well in the upcoming expansion of the market cap, right? Ethereum's largest L2 Arbitrum launches 40 million program to promote DeFi growth. Funny, this is the exact amount that was hacked out of Coinbase and now is causing tradeogre some troubles. Arbitrum's DRIP program is managing approximately 40 million or 80 million ARB end-user incentives to enhance its DeFi ecosystem. Season 1, titled Loop Smarter on Arbitrum, starts on September 3rd, which was just yesterday, and is set to run until January 2026. The initiative comes after the project allocated 14 million to support audit expenses and improve ecosystem security. The program aims to reward users for engaging in specific DeFi actions. The first season will focus on leveraging looping strategies on leading markets, particularly for yield-bearing ETH and stable coins. So expect some pumps due to buyouts of ETH and ETH-based stable coins. DeFi protocol Ondo Finance puts 100 tokenized stocks on Ethereum. This is why Ondo is pumping. Ondo Finance launched tokenized versions of 100 plus US stocks and ETFs on Ethereum backed by real assets held at registered US broker-dealers. The tokenized stocks are only available to non-US investors due to regulatory restrictions. The tokenized assets enable 24/7 trading and fractional ownership, allowing global investors to trade US securities outside normal market hours. I guess over time, the Wall Street markets may see a huge decline. The traditional may see a bit of a decline in their usage when everything begins to shift to tokenized platforms like Ondo, because it's 24/7 trading while the Wall Street trading stops, right? When the Wall Street trading floor closes over the weekend, the tokenized assets could be traded 24/7. So I think that's going to change over time, and there's going to be a lot more money. All the money that is in Wall Street and all the money that is in traditional stocks and TradFi is going to flow slowly over time. It's not going to happen this year or next year, but it's over the next couple of decades, or maybe even sooner than that. I assume that most of this money is going to flow into the tokenized versions of the Wall Street madness. The platform is currently live on Ethereum, and it will expand to BNB chain, Solana, and Ondo chain. It allows 24/5 minting. 24/5, okay, 24 every 5 days. Minting and redemption of tokenized securities backed one-to-one by underlying assets. I think this is supposed to be 24/7, because otherwise it's not any different than regular stock markets, right? Underlying assets held at US registered broker-dealers and by cash in transit. Global investors can now access the largest selection of transferable tokenized US stocks and ETFs on-chain. 500,000 ETH in just 1 week. Is Ethereum's price gearing up for another big rally? 500 ETH, what happened? The evident shift from exchanges towards self-custody methods and the renewed accumulation from whale surge suggests ETH could be getting ready for another price pump. Optimists argue ETH has bottomed and is primed for an up-only trajectory, while skeptics warn about a potential drop to 3,800 if momentum weakens. 500,000 ETH worth more than 2.1 billion have been withdrawn from crypto exchanges in the past week alone, meaning that a lot of ETH is leaving exchanges. People are stashing it in a wallet, their wallets most likely. Usually, you know how it goes. Stuff moves onto exchanges in an attempt to sell it, and it moves off exchanges. That's the key. Don't keep your crypto. Smart money doesn't keep crypto or anything on exchanges, because you never know what's going to happen to exchanges. They move stuff, they move their crypto off exchanges and store it in wallets. And then when they're ready to sell, they move it back onto exchanges. So keep your crypto off exchanges. And with that said, I suggest you pick up a Descent wallet. The discount codes are below the video. You get a $30 discount with the ref link for one if you purchase one of these, and if you purchase 2 of them, you get a $99 discount. These wallets are fantastic. I have a review video on the channel. If you haven't seen it, I strongly suggest that you check it out and pick up a Descent wallet, because these are one of a kind. And right now they've got a promotion going, so you could win a bunch of free crypto as well as NFTs. So get that now and you'll be glad you did, and thank me later when another crypto exchange crashes and you have securely stored all your crypto on Descent wallet rather than keeping it on an exchange like tradeogre. Meanwhile, ETH whales continue to show huge appetite for the assets. Earlier this week, those large investors holding between 10 and 100,000 coins accumulated 260,000 tokens in just a single day. As a result, they increased their total holdings to 29.62 million ETH, which accounts for nearly a quarter of the assets circulating supply. That is insane. Insane. So ETH is looking pretty juicy. And finally, Federal Reserve to host Payments Innovation Conference, Stablecoins Tokenization and AI in focus. So the Fed is finally beginning to look towards the clamoring of the digital assets as well. Not only are they in charge of the financial sector, but now they want to grab a hold of the crypto sector as well, as every other freaking money grabbing institution like BlackRock, for example, right? The US Federal Reserve will hold a payment innovation conference on October 21st, covering stablecoins, tokenization, and AI payments. The move reflects a policy shift under the Trump administration, with the Fed rolling back restrictions on banks engaging in crypto activities. Fed officials suggest stablecoins could improve payment efficiency while driving demand for assets like US Treasuries. Keep in mind that all of these institutions getting in on crypto is not necessarily a good thing. I mean, it's going to bring a lot of their money onto into the market cap, the crypto market cap, but their primary goal is to take control of cryptocurrencies, to take control of the ecosystem. And so it is up to you what you're going to do with that information, because we're still early. Like these are just the stepping stages of these institutions finally beginning to understand the importance of cryptocurrencies and getting in. And if you are sitting on the sidelines and you just decided to just watch it from the sidelines, you're going to be missing out on massive pumps, because once these institutions do begin to get a hold of the crypto world and begin to controlling it, they will begin to spill a lot of money into it. And of course, the value of tokens and assets and coins will begin to pump massively, at which point you'll be chasing the tail end of the pump. You'll be FOMOing in. So right now is the time to start getting into crypto. I mean, the best time would have been to get into crypto in 2009 when Bitcoin was released, right? But anything from now onwards, if you're not in crypto yet, man, you're making a huge mistake. I think that's pretty clear by now. And if it isn't clear, then maybe it's because you haven't read anything that I talk about in Crypto and Millennials. So I strongly suggest that you pick up this book. If you are aware of what crypto is and the importance of it, then I would suggest buy this book for somebody who you think could benefit from reading it, and give it to them as a gift. Because in this book, I lay out the reasons for why crypto is here, why it's important, why people should get into it. And also, I also talk about strategies of how to use cryptocurrencies and how to work with the crypto market in order to benefit you, how to make money in crypto in general through different ways. There's plenty of ways to make money in crypto. So pick this book up, read it, give it to somebody else to read it if you think they could benefit from it. And once again, you will thank me later. Also, do remember pick up the Descent wallet for the reasons that I specified earlier. All the links are below the video. The ref links for the Descent wallet and the link to the Crypto and Millennials book is also below the video. Smash the likes, subscribe to the channel. Thank you all for tuning in. Leave me a comment in the comment section below. Let me know what you think. If you have any questions, suggestions, feedback, always well appreciated. And I will see you in another video tomorrow on Friday. Have a fantastic Thursday. Peace.